Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Anon, and what a beautiful DUWANG. Also, don't look at that. Hello, hi, we're streaming today. Yes, we are streaming. A little bit late. I played Star Sector today because I wanted to chillax, and I was having a good time, as they say in the hood. Yeah, so today we actually have a very special thing. We are going to try to finish Human Spirit Resonance. Let me see if I can't do this correctly, the full thing all at once. Human Spirit Resonance RPG Kizinite, or Kizinite, or Kizunite. Kizinite. The Nodding Game. Yes, that is the plan for today. And generally speaking, we don't have that much left. We really just have this section. And this is the GM section. Once the GM section is done, it's pretty much done. Last time we really got a lot of the meat of the game hammered out. And with a lot of the strict mechanical stuff out of the way, we're pretty good. It's really just this little section we have to do still, which isn't that bad. Also, here's all the fucking lore. We're not worrying about the lore. We're not gonna worry about it. I just, no, fuck that. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to do this, and we need to establish heading 1. Yeah, this is just the game master part. Let me just do, I believe I have to set it up as... Actually, I don't think I need to set it up as anything. I think everything else should be fine, which we're just going to do T-Pel. Yeah. Pretty much, there isn't actually that much to do in this particular section anymore. It's just a lot of things like this, which just requires just... You just need to go through it. You just need to punch, to punch your way through. That's really what it's boiling down to at this point, is having to kind of punch my way through. And once it's done, and I just don't have to think about it anymore. Heading 2. During the Kizinite session, one of the participants will take the role of the Game Master, who's in charge of facilitating the entire game. Oh boy, yeah, once this is done, I'm feeling... I may start on the transferring everything over tonight. I might do that on my own. I don't quite know how I want to do that yet. I know it has to be done, but how to do it is a question. And I have a feeling there isn't really going to be a good answer to it. Let me see. Yeah, as you can tell, this is very much a GM guide. I need to actually translate the GM guide. Not necessarily because it's like oh, you need to learn how to GM or whatever. No, because this is actually the only place where they talk about enemies. So I want to kind of get the entire section here done, because once the entire section there... DUWANG 10-part, faring well to DUWANG. No, actually, there will most likely be future DUWANG streams of me translating just anything I can kind of find. I will probably change the song. That'll just be the song. I don't know what I did. My arm's hurting. I don't think I pulled anything, but it'd be stupid if I fucking did though. But yeah, let's see. The GM section, again, it's not terribly extensive. There's just a lot of little stuff in it. And let me just make sure you're heading 3. Heading 3, you should be heading 3. And for those who don't know what's going on right now, if you for some reason decide to watch this late, I have to translate everything like this. Luckily, DeepL's been kind of a banger so far. Like, DeepL's been kind of doing the work, which I do enjoy. Let me see. You may create your own scenario when creating a scenario. Yes, because the option to create your very own scenario it's very much its own section according to this. Is very important that you must learn how to properly create your very own scenario. Not anything else. No, you just have to learn to create it. Because if you don't learn how to properly create it, are you really ruling? Ruling. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's literally ruling. God bless Japanese. One of the rules GM. One of the rules GMs do is to rule during the session. Basically, playing Kizinite, someone will be playing based on various rules listed on this site. Yeah. However, there are times when the rules listed site are not enough to handle a situation, or when the original rules can make a session more enjoyable. In such case, the GM free to modify the rules again. A session is for all participants to enjoy. Okay. Gucci. I am seeing some. This session facilitator. Yeah, it looks like it's mostly trying to like teach you. It wants to teach people like this is actually kind of like what your job as a GM is, rather than anything else. Which, I mean, that's understandable. I think that's always an important thing. I think a lot of the time we neglect GMs being this like because of what they do. Being like, oh well, you should just know everything. Being like, it's hard being a GM sometimes. Especially if you're starting out. Like, Jesus, you're starting out. Like, what game out there? No, what game out there really does a good job of teaching you how to GM well? Like, you can find games that teach you how to be a good player. You can find games like teach you how to be like a good, you know, a good war gamer or whatever. But like finding like a good like this is how you GM game, nah, that ain't. The only one that comes to mind really is Ryutama. But Ryutama can potentially put you in a few bad habits if you that's the only thing you do. Oktoberfest. People that usually don't think about that. I always find that interesting. I honestly don't know how much of this particular section is going to make it into like the quote English version of the game, just because it's like learn how to be a play the fucking game. You know how to GM. Come on. I'm gonna use the index for everything. Kizinite. Kizinite GM can play both the GM and the PL. Yes, because this game is actually simple enough you can technically do both. Playing solo, please do not read this scenario. Let's see. Even if GM is also playing, GM should read it ahead before the scenario before participating. Spoil the scenario for the other PLs. In other words, GM must know the scenario before participating. However, if you are playing solo, please do not read the scenario. So there's actually solo rules in this game? What the fuck? I did not know there were going to be solo rules, but I guess that makes sense in this game. I guess that would make sense because of how it's played and it's like on the board and stuff, so I guess it would work. I don't know why you would, but I guess it is possible. Gotta do heading 3. Yeah, that is right. Play formato. Format. Right, mono play and campaign play. Imlay mono play and campaign play. So we're going to do that, which was entirely through Yandex. First time we get to use Yandex today. Which we're going to then cite this. I'm going to cite both of these because what I have to do is then put these down to heading 4. Monoplay. This is gonna be really weird. Is this gonna be like a solo session or like by yourself play? Which you complete a scenario in a single session. Nope, this is a one shot. This is a one shot version. Cool. Yep, that's that. When I said the section wasn't gonna be very long, I wasn't really lying. Like, this is a very to the point section. I like to look ahead at least a little bit to kind of get a gist of what the hell I'm going to be translating, and it's like, oh yeah, no, it's just here. Campaign play. We'll use DeepL for this because DeepL's been really reliable this time around. It doesn't like quotations though. That's like the one thing DeepL struggles with, or some of the more complicated wording behind it. Sometimes it has a little bit of a stroke, but that's something I gotta deal with. But that section's done. That means we move on to, I believe this is sample boss. Yeah, these are the sample bosses. So the sample bosses are actually kind of interesting because you learn about the bosses here. Like, this is sample bosses, this is sample mobs. You learn how to make them, and this is the list of all their abilities. And it's like, oh, okie dokie, then I can do this. This is fine. We do this. We have to make your heading 2. We do that. Sorry. I'm gonna try to maintain the quotation marks as much as I can. Simply because that's going to probably be the easiest way to describe a lot of this. The thing is, like, I don't think this game is complicated. Like, that's the big thing. I do not think this game is like, oh wow, this is impossible to like understand or whatever. I don't honestly think that. I think this game is just a lot of information presented at you very quickly. Okay, now this is where things are going to get really fucky because I have to do this effectively all in one go. So if we do add space after paragraph, remove space after paragraph, and if we treat each one of these as the quotation, we have to do something like this. Okay, so this is going to be, if we know the boss data list. So if we know this for a fact, is going to be the boss data list. So if we select all of you and put you in here, you're going to have a fucking stroke, aren't you? Yep, you're going to have a fucking stroke. Oh, this is going to be one of those ones. All right, gamers. All right. Oh boy, can't escape this shit. Oh no. Okay. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to make this real simple on ourselves. We're going to do this. We're just going to kill all of this, I think. I think that's the right option here. Here's the boss data list. And then we're going to do each one individually just to make sure they get separated out properly. Because what's going to happen here is we're going to do this one, remove the space, then we're going to translate. Because it's going to be like the abilities, I feel. That's going to be the issue. It's going to be like the abilities, and that means it's going to be a lot of me having to do this shit. So if we... The evil spirits of acclamation and grudge. Evil spirits of Saiken. Evil spirits of acclamation and grudge. Romanji Desu. We want to do Romanji, not Romanji, Kanji, no, not Japanese translator, translate now. Evil spirit of vengeance. I'm gonna go with evil spirit of vengeance, which is going to be Romanji Desu. This is like the weird thing with this particular section, because what'll happen is they do this. I don't know what this is exactly, because it says the exact same thing. I think this is the kanji, and this is the the kanji, and this is the, I believe this would be katakana. I believe it's katakana. I'm like, oh god. Okay, so but you're not going to help. So I mean, if we do that, you can understand why this is getting a little bit Encanthopanax? The fuck is an Encanthopanax? Thorny shrubs and trees. Ginseng. So I guess we call it ginseng? Like, I mean, or Acanthopanax, I guess. Like, we do this. Actually, never mind. How did I do it all the way up here? Just so I have the same flow to things. I just did it like this, then I guess. I just had to... I translated the initial word, but not the second word. Okay, so what do you... So you would be... You're the same thing. Since you're the same thing, it would be, if we do that, this means nothing. So this isn't correct. We'd have to translate this directly. And let me make a wild guess here. Cursed chain bondage. What? Okay, gamers. Let's do this. Alright. Yeah, alright. Okay. We're gonna go with cursed chain. I think cursed chain bondage works pretty well. We're going to highlight that. We're gonna say, oh, moving. Life and death. We're gonna keep that. Shikigan. Shore of the kidnapped soul. Moves dead PC 3 squares up. Grudge chain strike. I mean, if we go with 3, that's going to be probably grudge chain strike. Higan trapped soul. Higurashi soul. Kidnap a soul. Wait, no, it's 4, so we select 4 instead. Holding a grudge attitude towards somebody. Strong chain. Chain of grudge. Well, we're sticking with grudge chain strike because that sounds pretty fucking metal. Not gonna lie. Inkashoshin. On his or her next turn, when he or she moves the PC, he or she moves it an additional 2 squares in the same direction. Okay, so that's kind of like their it's kind of a nuke ability. All right, cool, Pog. So I mean, if we do Invitation of the Corpse Prisoner, just don't translate it. Being betrayed, forsaken by everybody. So I'm going to go with Invitation of the Corpse Prisoner. Invitation of the Corpse Prisoner. So if we do roll 2d6 ones, place a mob, mundane. Laymen of the Desert. Philistines of the Stupendous Desert. I have zero clue what the fuck this means. But I have to put it like that because I don't have context of what the mundanes are. But it's like, yeah, Invitation of the Corpse Prisoner. Yosai Chain Kengan-san. If we do something like this, we do Ghost Chain Illusion. I like Ghost Chain Illusion. I think that sounds pretty cool. Ghost Chain Illusion. Hello, Fauna. Roll the action decision chart twice on my next turn. Shigon, I didn't select 2 properly. Shore of the Kidnaps. These are the same fucking name. Because wait, yeah, these would be the same name because like they have this at the end, so I'm assuming that's Shore. So it would just be Dead Shore, Living Shore, I guess. That'd just be what it is. So I mean, if we're going under this, it would be Shore of the... This shore kidnaps soul. I'm gonna go with this one because I feel that sounds a little bit better. I get what it's trying to do here because like they can forcefully move. The idea behind this one's very simply they just forcefully move you in different directions that you the character do not want to go. Like I don't want to go to China anymore, Mr. Stark. I don't want to go up there. I don't want to go up. I don't want to do that, but you have to because they're telling you you gotta. So, I mean, if we do... Actually, if we do this, there we go. So this is roughly what it's going to look like here. I'm going to have to literally make charts for every single one of these, by the way. Fun fucking fact. That's just what's going to happen, by the way. I'm just going to need to kick myself into gear and do that. How many do we have? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we only have 5 of these to do. That's not terrible. 5 more. Okay, I mean this is manageable. This is all manageable. So what I'm going to do is this is going to be a combination of Deep L and Ramaji. So, also people may wonder, like, why do you use Ramaji Desu? It's just like, because they're very fast and I don't have to think about it too hard. But okay, let's do the raw translation first. See how everything turns out. Ghosts of Greed. Ghosts of Greed. Okay, that's pretty simple to understand. Read Life and Death initial placement 4. So that's going to go there. Life and Death, heaven or hell. They could not understand, so they fought. Action decision chart. That's going to be this is going to be the same pretty much universally, and I am okay with this being about the same universally. I think that works pretty easily. It's nice and simple. Next we are going to have to deal with Peeled Road, Singularity Peeling Field. It's going to translate everything over raw just to double check everything. Some of these are just clearly not being put up right. I'm noticing this already. Like, I wonder if that's going to be a consistent thing throughout. Like, here's the one where you get to move them up. Here's the one you get to move them down. Have fun, fuck you. Grudge Chain Immortality. Life or Dead, like... Okay, so... One Peeling Road Ronzo. Peeling Road. I mean, let's check. Rough construction of striped roads. Hero Ronzo. Hamburger. That's not hamburger. Wouldn't make I guess we're going with... I mean... Where's this word? Ronzo, rough construction. So it's rough construction. Stripped road, rough construction. Stripped road, rough construction. Now Kuji Ronzo. Swing. Swing 2d6 3 times and change each square with the same number as that roll to comes up as Singularity Peeling Field. Actually, let's check our Singularity again. Singularity Peeling Field. We want to go to the Reliance Field Peeling Place. Okay, so it changes it to the Peeling Place. Singularity Peeling Place. That'll probably have to get a better word eventually, but eventually. Yeah, Singularity Peeling Field sounds pretty much... Yeah, there's... Inadvertently, every now and again, this place does sound... everything does kind of click together sometimes. It does sound pretty neat. But then it's like, oh, strange look on this shore. A strange luck on this shore. So I guess we have to go to... Strange luck on this shore. I guess that's supposed to be like a joke kind of thing. Like, it's them kind of trolling you a little bit. I'm making fun of you, the fact that this is occurring. Does pop up? It does pop up. I don't need you, Mr. Notepad. I'm already here. Move the living this much. Shigan. Okay, 3. I'm gonna make a wild guess that this is going to be Equinox Strange Luck. Koshikin. Luck attending a funeral or offering sexual intercourse. You tell me, Draco. How's the translation going? We're on abilities again. And the issue with abilities, I do not know why Deep L and Yandex struggle so much with these. I'm assuming it's because they don't make a lot of sense. Like it's thinking it's a proper noun. You know, it's like me saying hello John or hello Bob. It's thinking it's you know, a very specific thing. Like here's a chocolate, you know, here's a cat, like here's a Kit Kat bar. Kit Kat is a proper noun. Like it's like clearly stating that this is a thing. I think it's thinking that so it doesn't understand what it's trying to say exactly. It's not even necessarily made of words, because if you break it down, it makes sense. Because that's how Japanese actually is really built. Because Japanese is a very, and in turn a lot of Asiatic languages are actually very constructed. You know, it's, you know, it's a very fascinating thing. I'll use one example I've always known from English, for example, which is y'all. Y'all is just you all mashed together. That's all it is. It's a constructed word. You all smashed together. In like Japanese and stuff, the idea is like you can take. How do we describe a flying boat? Put the word for flying and put the symbol for boat. Flying boat. Genius. Oh fuck! What did I do to my arm? You hurt so much. But see, the worst part is like I'm like, why is my arm hurt so much? So I keep, you know, poking at it, and it is not helping at all. So I guess Equinox Strange Luck would be the best version of it. So like a vast majority of these are going to actually end up getting changed in some variety, simply down to the fact like they need to get changed, and just like this isn't like Cursed Life Jacket. Cursed Life Jacket is going in here because I actually really already like that cursed. Because they also get, yeah, Singularity Haunted. Change square above the square where PC living is. Change the square above the square where a PC of the living is located to Singularity Haunted place. So they're going to be trying to put down singularities to kind of hinder you. Like you can't go back or you're going to end up on a haunted square. And that's bad. You don't want to end up on the haunted square because you'll just die. And everyone will laugh at you because you're fucking stupid. Because you're a dumb, stupid baby child. Okay, 5. Curse of Death. Curse of Death sounds pretty simple. Curse of Death. You could say that it's almost Das Kisu of Death. Change field below the square dead located to it would be singular. It's a singularity possessed field. Are these different things? God damn it. Haunted place. No, it would be possessed. Oh my god, singularity list. So that would be echoing field, possession field. That's what it would have to be, possession field. So yeah, it has to be a possess. I believe that they're trying to say possession field here. Which is kind of a jank way of saying it, but I guess that I guess that's correct. Deep hell necrophiliatic necro practices. Hold me closer, necromancer. That's all I can say. Which will always that is like one of those things that like always be in my mind, like, you know, that lives rent free. Is there's a book called Hold Me Closer, Necromancer, and ever since I learned that that was a book, Roger Chan, I say it every now and again, and it just makes me laugh every fucking time. If you were living, move 4 squares up. If you were dead, move 4 squares down. So this is the kill move, effectively. This is the fuck you and the horse you rode in on. This is crippling, by the way. Like, that will fuck your day up, my friend. Like, you are not having a good time, because that's moving you. That's not moving you 4 spaces. That's moving you 8 spaces apart from each other. And if you're already kind of far or at like extreme ranges, fucking oof. Like, that is an oof moment, my man. Okay, so actually, we do raw translate. Evil spirit repentance. Life and death, dead initial. Evil spirit of repentance. Of contrition. Repentance or contrition? What the fuck? State of feeling remorseful or penitent. So I guess technically evil spirit of repentance is correct. That's a weird thing to be an evil spirit about, but like, okay, cool. You do you, boo-boo. We select 1, we go all the way down. Okay, so that just failed miserably, like 6.6. I don't know why. It just fucked up. It just refuses to translate properly. Yeah, this one just didn't translate at all. Awesome. Cool. Let's start from the top. Something like this. I abandoned my life. Move. Okay, let's just see what its thing does. Moves a PC of the living 4 squares downward. Then, if he or she is the living, move 2 squares down. If he or she is the dead, move 2 squares up. Can these count for both? That's weird. Why would it be both? These are clearly ghost things. No, think about it too hard. So yeah, so we'll call it abandoned life. Abandoned life. I believe that's kind of metal. Let's see. Okay, so selfish death. If the, move a PC of the dead moved 4 squares is moved up 4 squares. After that, he or she is living, he moves down 2 squares, and if he is dead, move up 2 squares. So selfish death and abandoned life, the entire idea is that they kill themselves to kill you, which is pretty metal, I'm not gonna lie. That is kind of metal. That is kind of metal. So this would be double threat. We'll do double threat, and then this is 4, 3. So what's this? Kyobaika. Giant squid. Nope, it's Kyogunbaika. Kyogunbaika. Yo! Yo! Ghost chain illusion. Another ghost chain illusion. Yeah, this is the same thing as above, so... So I guess since this is literally the same thing... I can just do this. And it's reliable. It's gonna work. So I'm... Rebellious prisoner. Since I don't know what the mobs are yet, I have to... I'm going to mark it as this Oblivious Masses, square root of 1. My son shall come. Death prison summons. Self-losing ghosts. Not self-loathing ghosts. The self-losing ghosts. Very different. In the 13th square. So I think the entire idea for these guys is that they're kind of they want to spam the field with just minions, so you have to take them out quickly. That's the idea. Is that they're slowly killing themselves, but they're kind of bringing you down with them. That's kind of their gimmick, which I think that works. You got the doubt if with your DUWANG. I believe the game will be playable. Like, here's the thing. I believe the game is going to be playable. I think the issue is some of the specific stuff is going to be a little bit wonky. Yeah, I don't know. I do not speak another language. That's the thing. I don't speak moon runes. I do not. I'm never going to make it. You can't even do this. But what I can do is abuse the services provided for me. Because the world has given me this, and by God, I am going to exploit it to all hell. So I want to do this and this. Psychopath of self-abandonment. These are the desperation spiritualist. So he's living. This is a living character. Like, this is specifically a character that is alive. With one of the ideas that you have to have a living and you have to have you have to have a living character and you have to have a dead character to working together. So it could be, you know, the desperation spiritualist is working with the evil spirit of repentance to do something. Like, that's the entire idea, is that they're working together to fuck your day up. Grudge chain immortality, threatening force multiplication. I mean, that's just... Actually, let me do some... So, let me see... 6. So it's 6 and they're 3. Yeah, this is the same thing. Okay, that's good. That's good, actually. This is very good. That's very good, actually, because what that means is I can take this one, Grudge Chain. No, I can take Evil Spirit of Repentance. I can take Double Threat here and instead replace 6 with it automatically. This is just what they do. Then grudge chain repentance, which is grudge chain. I'm going to make a wild guess and say that's grudge chain immortality because that's the same effect. Because it translates the effect fine. It translates this fine. It doesn't translate the wording, like the actual like definition. Yeah, I hear that a lot when it comes to like people who like taught themselves through anime and stuff, because I don't think people quite realize. Yeah, I don't think people quite realize this sometimes. Is that actors are acting, and hell, I've encountered people who speak like they're from a fucking sitcom. Like, picture if somebody like Peter Griffin was like trying to talk to you. No, fuck no. Like, it's insanity. Like, that sounds silly when you think about it, but you realize there's probably some fucking kid from, you know, goddamn Turkmenistan who taught himself English or whatever, and but he taught himself exclusively through Family Guy memes. Top 10 funniest Family Guy memes has taught some kid English, probably. And he sounds like Peter fucking Griffin. And that is hilarious to me. And that does spark joy in my heart. Shore of the Kidnapped Soul. Wait a moment. Hold on a moment. You're using this one, aren't you? Moves the dead. Moves the... Yeah, living is moved 3 up. So what... Okay, so you're just taking these two. Because one of the big things is that you're supposed to, anyway, is just like pick and choose from a list to build this. Like, that's how they actually say you're supposed to do this. Move the living PC is moved down, so that's going to put the shore of the abducted. So that's all he's doing here, is that he's just copying and pasting certain abilities. So I only need to translate probably a few of these once or twice. Grudge chain moves the PC down. Moves PC of the living 4 squares downward. After that, if he or she is living, he or she moves down 2 squares. If he or she is dead, she moves up 2 squares. So that is abandoned life. And let me guess, you also have selfish death in there. Yeah, okay. So this is what... Cool, that was pretty simple, actually. It's just an identification thing right now. That's actually very convenient. And once you identify, you can answer the dictatorial thugs. A dictator. Japan has never had a dictator. Let's see. Tyrant of dictatorship. You know what? No, we're going with tyrant of dictatorship, everybody. I don't care what anyone says. I want to fight an enemy called the Tyrant of Dictatorship. That is great. That is a great fucking title. I don't care what anyone says. That is a great title. Okay, so if we place this here and we do this. I'm seeing oblivious masses. Oblivious masses, that means rebellious prisoner. I place 2. Isei Shukan. I place 2 units in square 13. Death prison summons, I guess. Yeah, this has to be the same. This is the same thing. because his entire thing is like he wants to throw more minions at you. Okay. Threaten to deepen the army. Have additional square the same direction. Threaten to double the army. So threaten to double the army is double threat again. He's done this one 3 times at this point, because it's the same ability. Okay, so really the only one is 4. What does 4 say it is? Deepening the threat of the army. What do you call it is? Deepening threat. Actually, we'll call this deep threat. Complement double threat. Which brings us to Kyogashinka. Kyogashinka. Again, there's a crystalline logic to everything here that makes sense when you start getting the beat to it. Yeah, no, it's like see, the thing is, like, I respect people who like can teach themselves other languages. I have zero patience for that kind of stuff. Like, I haven't I have my Duolingo that I do every night that like I kind of do more along the line to like to teach have a schedule for something more than anything. I think if I actually like went to a country, sat down, and like really tried to do it, like this, for example, kind of forced into the situation where I'm like having to piece things together a little bit, I think I'd probably do a little bit better than just like just kind of like, oh, just learn it in a book or something. But language is fascinating to me. It always has been very fascinating to me. Because if you want to get like the best languages to learn are Chinese, French, English. No, it's Chinese, English, French, specifically Mandarin, by the way. Mandarin, English, French, Spanish, and German, I believe. I believe those are the big ones. Because Mandarin is obviously China. China owns a lot of things in the world. I know the European languages get easier. Yeah, the big thing with here's the big thing with European languages, and with something that's very fascinating. Because if you actually listen to Italian, French, Spanish, and a lot of those other languages, they're all Romance languages. They all spawn from Latin. A lot of them have similar roots in there. If you know French, can you speak Spanish? No, but you were able to pick things up much quicker because the grammar is the exact same. And the concepts behind it are the exact same. It's just snap, easy to learn it. German is weird because German has more in common with the Nordic languages. But here's the weird thing. If you ever want to see language in action, Southern German can barely understand people from North Germany. North Germans can barely understand South Germans. They both speak German, but just because of the influences by their neighbors, the language has evolved to be very different. We even see this a lot with Eastern German and Western German quite a bit, because Eastern Germany was obviously under Soviet rule for so long that their language changed. They have a different way of speaking. They have more of that Slavic influence on things. The Nordic languages are actually very rough. They're very rough, but they are also few words can convey a lot of information. That's kind of the big thing with Nordic languages. Very few information, very few words, a lot of information, and that's what they strive for. So it's kind of like for German, they have a very guttural language just because it's very short, very to the point. When people talk about like German efficiency, that's kind of more often than not. English is like one of the issues is with English. And English is like one of the hardest languages to learn. like by far. English is incredibly difficult because what happened was you had Celtic. Let's just take English, like the English language as a whole. I did an entire report on this, so bear with me. This is me nerding out a little bit. You have to think about it like this. There was the original English people, the Celts, kind of the Gaelic, kind of the Celtic people from that era, Pictish and things like that. There were about 3-4, there's a dozen different, like Welsh. All of those languages were kind of intermingling with each other, and all of them had a very sing-song tone to them. If you've actually listened to true traditional Irish, not Irish-speaking people, just the language of Irish, it is a very sing-song tone to it. Scottish, same thing, very sing-song tone to it. It's hard to explain. Even Welsh, as you see like these ridiculously long words, there's a rhythm to it. And once you kind of get the rhythm down, it's like, oh, okay, this makes perfect sense. That's how it works. However, Romans show up. The Romans introduce Latin into things. Latin is a Romance language. Latin flows very nicely. Latin doesn't have the same sing-song nature to it, and it's not very flowy, but it is very formalized and organized. So you formalized and organized your language a little bit, but you still have the Picts singing their own term. You still have the Irish having their own languages, but you also have the Welsh doing their own thing. It's a mess currently because everyone's kind of getting influenced now by different things. Flash forward, hey, the Romans are leaving. They need to effectively import mercenaries to protect their territory. Welcome to the Anglos. When people talk about England is the land of the Angles. Angles are from fucking, like, I believe southern Denmark. Like kind of that Holstein area. That's where the Angles were from. They were imported in as mercenaries effectively, and they became, de facto royalty. The Anglos introduced their own language, and they made people speak that language. So you have literally hundreds of years here of Anglo rule, of Latin rule, of a lot like Pictish raids and things like that. A lot of different languages started merging together, and this isn't even dealing with the entirety of the Danelaw. There's an entire section where about a quarter of fucking England was dominated by the Danish, who had at that point evolved their language into a very certain different kind of manner. And so you have all these things together, and lo and fucking behold, after all these years, after we've just sort of formalized how English is written, we kind of understand all this shit. All right, Middle English, Small Macadea, and all that shit. Like, we've hit Old English, we're good, we're going to evolve. Drum roll, please. The fucking French. 1066, he rolls up Hastings Bridge and all that jazz. It's a fucking disaster area. We have new management, and he speaks fucking French. That is where we ended up with things like deer and venison. You want to know, if you were an picture this, you were an Anglo-Saxon hunter. You have just left your home with your best friend, and you have killed a deer. You go up to the deer, you're like, we've killed a deer, we're going to cook this. What are you eating? You are going to eat deer. And everyone looks at each other being like, deer. And you look at your wife, deer. You look at your friend, deer. But you look at the French nobleman who wants to take a cut, venison.
Wake up. It's time to wake up.
You have venison. What the fuck? Like, that's why you have such like a fucking schizophrenic language, and why we have different terms for different things. It's like veal is a big one and things like that. If you really look at the English language, you can kind of see a lot of little details like that, because the nobility would have it one way, the fucking peasantry would have it another. The modern English language, the honest to God, what we are speaking right now, really only formed formally in about like the 1500 to 1600s. with things like Middle English. Like that was like Canterbury Tales, for example, Small and Mola Macadam, Sweet Liqueur de March. You had some of those basic terms still, but you are very, everything was getting reformalized with each other, but you would also be getting to integrate the Scottish in, you're beginning to integrate all the Irish in. You have this fucking smorgasbord of a fucking language right now out of necessity. Because you have so many different people fucking conquering you at once. Yet the English didn't lose the 100-Year War. English would have been, as a language, would be different too. Holy shit, if that happened, that'd be completely fucking different. That'd be a fucking mess. Like, even now. So what are you saying? Is English is the bastard, hate-filled orgy between 5 different languages? Yes, it is. It is necessity. It is peasants needing to talk to lords, and lords not wanting to learn peasant language, and like kind of the formalized concept of English really took off because fuck those French fucking fucks. No one wanted to be French. Being French wasn't cool anymore, so you wanted to be English. You wanted to have, you kind of formalize your own language, and thus we have what we speak now. We have English. And trust me, and that's also one of the big things when it comes to dialect. Because English excels at that. English excels at letting you kind of manipulate it a lot to do whatever the fuck you want with it because of how much it's been changed. French is the polar opposite. Like, French is a very dedicated language. But you can buy a book, which is the entire French language in a nutshell, written by the Academy of people who organize the French language. Very fascinating. Then also, why is our spelling so fucked? What do you mean? My American spelling or just English spelling in general? English spelling in general really does boil down to things that sound correct. England. So how do we spell England? E-N-G. Even though technically English should be A-N-G, England. England, but they changed it to E because that's just kind of how people end up pronouncing it. Offense versus defense. That is French. It's just how the French worded things and how the Anglos worded things, it kind of merged together. Because again, think about it like this, fence and defense. You have a French commander standing on his fucking, you have a Frenchman barely speak your language, standing on the ramparts. He's looking at it being like, we need better defense. You look at him as a stupid, uneducated peasant. You're like, fence. Yeah, okay, I understand what a fence is. Yeah, it's C's and S's and stuff. Blame the French. It's romance bullshit. Yeah, it's things like that. Like, when it comes to English language, it really is stuff like that. You also have, like, it doesn't help, you also have the US. American English is different because we wanted to be different, and this was post-Revolutionary War. I wonder if I can, what is, there was a guy, why do we... There was a, linguist, after... What was his name? What was his name? Where are you? What was his fucking name? Webster, yeah. Webster had some weird ones. Like, Webster was a fucking weird dude. Like, let me see if I can find, like, unaccepted Webster, grammar. Like, Webster was trying to do his best. There was, like, American linguists after the war who wanted to completely skullfuck the language. It was horrifying, some of the shit they were proposing. Like, we're lucky we came off with just losing the U in color. Like, there was some nasty shit they were proposing to do. It was like, what the fuck? It was... Nani the fuck? If I can find it, I'll post it in the server. It is genuinely horrifying what they were, like, wanting to do with it. And it made complete... The thing is, like... It made somewhat sense of, like, what they were trying to do, but it was also like, what the... No, stop that. Stop that right now. Stop. Invitation of the Corpse Prisoner. Yeah, okay. I knew I'd done something similar to that. Invitation of the Corpse Prisoner. Deep threats. This is just Ghost Chain Illusion again. Ghost Chain Illusion. Hello, Ghost Chain Illusion, my best friend. How are you? All players roll. Yeah, this is. Yeah, this is the same thing. For some reason, it says all players, even though it shouldn't be that way. It should just be I roll on the action chart. It's the same thing, right? Ghost Chain Illusion is... Ghost Chain Illusion is 4. Yeah, this is the same thing. So yeah, Ghost Chain Illusion, this is the same thing. Cool. This is the last one. Awesome. One seems very simple, and I am slightly worried because of that. So we're going to do this. The Resentful Alien. An exasperated, incompetent man. Wrathful Genius. What? Yeah, no, like English again. Like I believe, like the best languages to learn again, it's Mandarin, just because of the sheer. Fun fact: there's a lot of people who speak Mandarin in the world, and China is somewhat important to the economy of the world, just a little bit. You should be learning English because it's the lingua franca. French is big because it's a very widespread language. Nobody quite realizes how extensive French is, but French is the third most spoken language in the world. Easy. And most of Africa speaks French. Like, there are huge chunks of Africa that speak French, which is like, yeah, there's a shit ton of people who do. That's very important. Then you have From there, usually the idea is either Hindi or German. Hindi or German kind of show up a lot when it comes to important languages. Hindi because there's a lot of Indians, and India is going to be India is a major factor in the economy of the world eventually, because India is going to be a superpower because of sheer fucking numbers. Fun fact: numbers win games. German is another one because German is so fucking extensive when it comes to the EU economy. Usually Spanish is a little bit weird because like people recommend you learn Spanish because a lot of people speak Spanish, but you also have issues of like the places that speak Spanish aren't important. I'm so sorry, my Latin American brothers, but you ain't participating in the global economy as much. There's a lot of people who speak Spanish, but not the sheer influence the other languages have. Which is, fun fact, that is the summary of Spanish history in a nutshell. This is incredibly important, however. And then things went wrong. This is great. Aww. I'm gonna go with Wrathful. You can get murked right away, which I find funny. I fucked that up a little bit. I should have done this. Gotta look back, gotta look back, gotta look back. Okay, let's do okay, so if I'm correct on this, we should have already gone over quite a few of these, because move a living PC down to, so, and the PC of the dead too. So cursed chain bondage. That's this one. Yeah, so move a d6 downward. If we do that, use 1d6. Strange luck on this shore. Move the PC of the living. And let me guess, this is the other one is going strange luck on this shore, which is then going to move into, if we go all the way back up, shore of the kidnapped soul, which is going to be number 3 again. Grudge Chain Strike, which is when you move a PC of... I already did this one. I know I did. There we go. This is just the first one over again, isn't it? Yeah, I think this is just the first one overall again. Move it. Let's see. Kai Kong. Shore of the abducted soul. And then shore of the kidnapped soul. There we go. That's pretty simple. We did it, everybody. Yeah! Yeah! We did it! Woo! Yeah! We did it! Woo! Yeah, no, trust me. Spanish got its own revenge. Trust me. Spanish got its own revenge. Like, if you want a job down in, like, Florida, for example, you need to speak Spanish. If you don't speak Spanish, you are fucked. These are the mobs. This doesn't actually have much. This is how to create one. I'm going to click on this and feel really sad. Here it is. Here it is. So yeah, here's the... So if this was the... So if these were the boss data, this is going to be the... This is the mob data. If I'm doing this correct. If I'm correct, this is going to be mob data. Yes. So we want to do deep L, Yandex, Romanji Desu. Maji Desu. Moshi, Moshi, Moshi. Na 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 na. It's not even. It's not even fucking anything, and I'm still like da da da. I give. Let's see. If I give Doki Doki Literature Club anything, is that Doki Doki Literature Club had a banger of a theme. Sticks in your fucking head. We do this. Okay, everybody. Are you ready? Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Yeah! Let's do it! Yeah! Fucking love. Oh. Actually, what we can do is we can do this. We do this, and then we select you. Spirit of blind obedience. Okay, so So 6 is always going to be a no action. That's very convenient, at least. Oh, ow. Okay, so this is a mob specific one, I believe, because I haven't seen that one. Current market. So yeah, present world pull, that works pretty well. I mean, the idea is pretty simple. Just like, yeah, you're pulling your back to the real world. Let me guess, this is going to be... Afterlife, so... Yeah, so this particular mob just wants you to go back to be doing something normal. Nothing too exciting. dedication, which means since this is 3, does that make sense? Because the entire idea is that you're supposed to be a blind obedience, because guess what? You're a fucking ghost. You're the ghost of blind obedience. That's like your fucking one job. That is literally in your job description. Let's see. Moves PC living 1 square down. Here she's living. Okay, so this is kind of a lesser version of one of the boss abilities. So instead of moving them 4, you only move them 2. Peeled road. Peeling field. I seen that one before. Don't you think I haven't? Where are you? Singularity peeling place. Stripped road, rough construction. Oh, I'm gonna get a phone call. Give me one moment. Hi, I'm alive. Mom wanted to talk. It was one of those days, everyone, where Mom wanted to talk, and when Mom wants to talk, she doesn't shut up. So let's see. Change each square the same number as the roll to peeling field. Then if the living person moves down 2 squares, the dead person moves up. So this is the... So yeah, so this would be prisoner of war. Prisoner of war, which is kind of metal in the idea. No action. How many do we have here? We have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we had 6 more. Okay, so... Self-loss of the dead? Dead of self-destruction. Self-defeated deceased. So this is the dead of self-destruction. Then we do... initial placement is 11. Just gotta remember that. Then we get to do this. Nope, we got to do this. So, I shake the axe twice on my turn, dealing the effect. Threatening double. So let's see, move the PC down. So let me guess, this is going to be luck attending a funeral. Current bad luck. Inchikin was a good show. Mysterious luck. I'm going to be a little bit more quiet from right now just because I want to focus. Comes up with Singularity Haunting. Roll 2d6 and change the square of the same number. I know we already did this. Where are you? Where are you? You were this ghost to possession. Change square below the PC to possession field. What? Roll 2d6 and change squares with the same change this square with the same number as the result to yo. What? Roll 2d6 and change square with the same number. What? Let's do something. So, okay, okie dokie. Okay, how do I want to do this? 3. What does 3 actually say? What is this actually saying? Prison camp. Makes sense. Prison camp. Dash. Drosion. 4, let me guess, because if cloudy stream, muddy stream. It was possession field. That was the one we determined was haunted place. It says singularity haunted place. It was singularity possession field. Which singularity Yodobimba? What the fuck is Yodobimba? Stagnation sphere. Roll 2d6. So yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of their. That's kind of the thing. It's kind of more to hole you up more than anything. Make your life more difficult. Threatening double gen. Threatening illusion. Threatening illusions. Go bygone, go bygone. I roll the action decision chart twice on my next turn, each time dealing the effect. Cool. So the dead of self-destruction. So if I'm correct, if I go up here, self-losing ghosts. So this would be death prison summons. So if we go under this, it would be the dead of self-destruction. That's the idea, is that they're the dead of self-destruction. Because that means self-destruction, blind obedience. I guess you can say, like, oblivious masses is the idea, because, like... No, it wouldn't be that. Mundane. Self-losing ghosts. So... Mundane, place a mundane. Laminate of the desert. Layman of the desert. Philistines of the stupendous desert. So I don't know what the fuck mundane means, or oblivious masses. So we're gonna keep having to do that. Let's keep going. Yup. Okay, so we want to do... That's that. That means we have to do this one. And we do this one. We do this. This is going to be the last ghost example, because we plug this in. Empty dead spirit. Dead spirit of the void. Ghost of emptiness. We're going to go with ghost of emptiness. with the idea being that they are empty ghosts who have nothing left to live for. Spooky, spooky ghosts. Spooky. Are you spooked yet? Oh God. Oh Jesus. Nope. Oh Jesus. Oh geez, Rick. Okay, so can use a prisoner turning spell dedicate prisoner of. Why are there so many prisoners? Like, why is this constantly being referenced? I mean, aside though, I hope DUWANG's the weird reverse isekai. You can't DUWANG that much. You got to become a weeb. BTM attracts certain crowds. Let's just say that. Nothing wrong with it. I mean. Okay. Okay. Toxic love. Why are these the same fucking word? Here we go. We'll go with karma. Karma and misfortune. Karma and misfortune. I mean, I guess that's the most technically appropriate. Okay, so we do this. Chain resentment. Chain resentment. That's a. Were you? What are you, son? Prisoner turning spell. Okay, where? How does this sound? Captivity curse. Wait, does 3 just kill you? Why does 3 just kill you? What? That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right at all. If a boss is a living person, move 3 squares up. If a dead person, move 3 squares down. After that, he or she is put in a state of detachment. Because detachment's the lose state. Yeah, cutting the bond. You know, severed state. The character's detachment. When they enter square with the, and the dead man enters, so detached when she enters the square Shigen, becomes detached. Yeah, that's detachment's the end goal. Like, wait, lurking. Captive souls are easily recognized or another chain message because their souls are connected to a chain of possession to chain man extended. In other words, if you follow the chain of possession extracted, you will naturally reach the chain man. However, there are also chain masters who, before they can be traced, will voluntarily put the captive soul in a state of detachment so it cannot be traced. Also, powerful chain users can temporarily weaken their power to control their opponents, thereby diminishing the presence of possessed chain, so the possessed chain will not be noticed by the twin souls. So this is a fucking kill yourself. Literally, this is low tier god kill yourself now. How many katanas does he own? This is a very important question. How many katanas does he own? Yes. That's a usual good indication of the mental stability of some people. How many katana? It's not dedication. Again. Actually, this is dedication, actually. This is... Yeah, this is... That actually is dedication. Let's do Prisoner Abandonment Flash. Which I'm going to keep because that name is kind of metal. I'm not going to lie. That's a kind of a metal name. Moves the PC of the living 2 squares down, PC of the dead 2 squares up. After that, he makes himself disconnected. So this one's literally a suicide bot. Because that's what this guy, all this fucking dude does. He literally makes... Because if he rolls a 3, what's going to happen is that he's going to move and then immediately down himself. Yeah, I mean... I wonder if that's specifically referencing... If the boss move him 3 squares up, if he's dead person, move him 3 squares down. After that, it puts itself in a detached state. Okay, so that makes a little bit more sense. So this, with the Curse of Captivity, means that you can protect the boss a bit more. You are able to protect the boss by, you know, moving him around a bit. I think. I'm like 90% sure that makes sense. Even though that can technically kill. No, that can't kill. It makes them way stronger though. The guy's a self-described Satanist who was disowned by his parents and is married to a man 10 years older than him. Yep, that. All I'm saying is that it's adding up. It's all adding up. Okay, so this should be the living. Layman of the Desert. So this is just mundane? I'm going to go with the term of mundane layman because that's the best way to word it currently. Why are you in Chinese? You are not Chinese, you are Japanese. Life and death, the living initial... No... Japanese. It's not. Why are you detecting Chinese? Yeah, that is one thing with every now and again with this one with Deep L is that sometimes it's just like this is Chinese. It's like it's not. It clearly is not. However, Pilled Roads so we already know about Peeled Roads, Ryojan, Raikuban, or Raikuban, Dorihensha. So, okay, Peeled Road Zoo. If we do the Peeled Road Zoo, I have a strange, beautiful feeling that it's going to be a copy and paste of the first mob with all the similar ones. I'm gonna make a wild guess here, everybody. Roll 2d6 twice and change to Singularity Stripping Field. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna have to double check. Like, I'm gonna have to like go back there and like make sure some of the names work. Like, as long as everything's here, I think it should be fine. If you are the dead, because like one of the weird thing is with just the writing in general. Sometimes he refers to it. Sometimes he refers to like it as like, oh, this is just what it is. Like, this is who you are. Other times he's referring to it like what you, the player, are doing rather than anything else, which is kind of weird. And I don't know if it's one of those cases like, am I translating this wrong, or is it just having a shit show? Like, is it just having a... Oh, communist failed philosophy major. Haha! Many such cases. Yo, Notepad, can you explain the lore of this game that doesn't sound like Time Cube stuff? So, the most basic understanding of the Human Spirit Resonance RPG Kizinite is there are things called chain messengers and they're pretty much, there are things called twin souls. Pretty much you are bonded to a ghost. That ghost is bonded to you. You're together. You're tied together. You have to oppose chain messengers, who are people who have forcefully bound a ghost, or a ghost who has forcefully bound a person. And they do bad things. That is the most basic kind of concept of the lore. Is if they're allowed to continue doing bad things, then bad things occur. Nobody likes that. Everybody is sad when the bad thing happens. That's really it. People were enslaving Aidens. It's very Japanese. I will say that. It's a very Japanese concept. I mean, like, this is, you gotta remember, this is the basic image. I'm gonna expand it out. Like, this is the most basic of images. Like, you kind of see right here, like, it's very Japanese, very like, do you like the ghosts and the stuff? And if you've ever seen any of those, like, it's ghost time. I'm going ghost. All I'm saying is that it's Danny Phantom. It was always Danny Phantom. You are living resentment. I mean,
Hey. Hey. Wake up. It's time to wake up.
shut up, Fauna. Make the funny noises. I'm not going insane. I'm talking to the music. No, no, no. God, everything's breaking. Ramanji Desu, yes. Come on, Ramanji Desu. I believe. Trail descending. I'm gonna go with descending trail because that sounds a little bit better. Move the PC to moves the PC of the living 2 squares downward. Then, if he or she is living, he or she moves down 2 squares. He or she is dead. He or she moves up 2 squares. So you're moving down. You force the one PC down. However, you yourself end up either kind of following or going up. Okay. You end up dying a little bit. They end up dying a little bit. Okay. It's making sense. Nah, it's not. Gordon Noboru. Oh no! Dorensho. Taoist immigration. Taoist Federation of Trade Unions of Japan. Is that a thing? Is this a thing? Is the Taoist Federation of Trade Unions? Luckily, no. Okay, luckily, no. Though that does sound very, move PC of the dead. I mean, I can assume that this is... So that's 4. So that's descending trail. It's a slight... It's barely different. What does this mean? What does this mean? Doran. Wow. Fucking amazing. Road streets, paths, roadways. So it's roadways and Ren, which is... okay. So, I mean, if we go under this logic, that would be... what do you mean? Noboru. Nobori. Ascending. So this is the ascending trail, then. Okay. Ta-da! We did it, everybody. We did it. So mundane actually means the mundane layman. And that means the mob, the mundane layman, which is the idea being like you're pretty much not really throwing a major threat at you. You're kind of throwing like a person at you more than anything. Like somebody who is not necessarily out to hurt you, just somebody who is there that makes life difficult for you, but they can actually help you in a way, possibly. Or they're trying to help themselves more than anything. They're just a normal person. In spiritual combat. You're tasked with a Japanese corporation to give this game a title that will entice it to Westerners. What do you call it? I think so. I think the so McDriscoll. What I would probably literally call it is the Human Spirit Resonance RPG Kizinite or Kiznito. Or if I wanted to be like, if I had to like give it like a full English name, it would probably be like, it would be, it would be like the twin soul. It would be literally be twin souls Human Spirit Resonance RPG Kizinite. It would literally just be that, because that's a perfect summary of it, and there's not really any good explanation to what it is. I believe what it is when they're talking about Kiznite, or Kiznito, is binding. I think that's like one of the big, like, reoccurring themes is like we're binding together, we're bound together. Bound together, pound together, bound together. So if you want it, literally it would be beyond two souls. What was the title of that one? It's like a fucking, like a goddamn weird Japanese Kingdom Hearts fucking things. So let's see. Why are you not filling up properly? So there we go. Here's the last two. We are at the tail end, everybody. Everybody, we made it. We made it together. Maybe the real twin souls were the friends we made along the way. Forget me not the masses. In Chinese. It's not in Chinese, though. I will say this yet again, Bell. The oblivious masses. Alright, if you force it, it understands what it's saying. Also, if you ever want to understand like how Japanese and Chinese are very similar to each other, this is a very good case for that. Prisoner ascending, prisoner abandonment, prisoner of war camp, dedicate POW Roku. No action. The oblivious masses. You're like going to be like the ghost of emptiness. Which is... So yeah, moving PC down 3 squares. I mean, it's the same thing. Is it 2 or 3 squares, though? Oh wait, no, that's not it. It would be this one. Move PC 2 squares down, down 2 squares, and dead is moved up. Okay, so yeah, this is the correct one. It's that first one. Then move the PC of living down 3 squares. I've seen this one before. I'm not going insane. I've seen this one. Move the PC of the living. I guess not. I guess not. No, okay, no, okay. Prisoner abandoned. I guess we need to clarify what the fuck this means. Surrender to prison. Move the PC of a living person down 3 squares. After that, he or she is placed in a state of detachment. That's incorrect, by the way. That's just flat out not quite. There we go. Move a living PC down that, and then put yourself in the disconnected state. Even though it should be in a detached state. 2 blank ascending. This would be the dead PC. Move the dead PC up 3 squares, and he or she is put in the detached state. This is the same thing, except move the dead PC down up 3 squares. After that, put yourself in the detached state, which if we go for 2, it's going to be the same idea, I'm assuming, which is ascension, ascending. These seem very familiar, and I don't know what it is. I could have swore we've done this one already, but I don't know if exercise. Shoshke. Which, I mean, yes, I guess this does technically count. That this is an ascension. This is technically exercise and exorcism. Prisoner abandonment flesh. Roll 2d6. Oh god, rolling the peeling field. Oh god, it's the fucking singularity peeling field. Prisoner of war. So wait a second, one minute. I fuck up. I think I fucked up. Fuck. Oh shit. Oh fuck. 2d6 change square the same number as rolled singularity peeling field. Roll 2d6 same number as square to peeling field. And we go all the way back up. Then we go back up to the peeling field. We have to go back up to not mundane layman. We have to go all the way back up to the perfect road zoo. Peeled road zoo. You're the first one. Oh. Yeah, you're the same fucking thing. Peeled road zoo. And let me guess. You with the living, roll 2d6, change square number to the peeling square. Let me guess. You're gonna say... Okay, so Peeled Road Zoo. No, wait a second. That means we gotta go back up here. Prisoner of War Ryujin. Prisoner of War Ryujin. Then we do dedicate POW Roku, which this one is dedicated to power sacrifice. Move PC of living down. Moves a PC of living down 1 square, PC of the dead up 1 square. After that, if he is living, move down 2 squares. If he is dead, move up 2 squares. So sacrifice. So moves the PC of the living up 1 square and PC of the dead up. Actually, no, moves the PC of the living up 1 square and PC of the dead up 1 square. After that, if he is I've also noticed that Deep L, if you do longer bits, it doesn't understand it as well. So it's like doing them individually sometimes is better, but it's a lot less efficient. Okay. Yeah, oblivious masses. Okay, this works, and this means you have to be... I don't know who the fuck you are, but whatever the fuck you are, you're the last one. So let's get ready to rumble. The world of mad faith. Not Chinese. Again. Nope. Do not detect it. Do fucking not detect. Stop detecting it. Oh my god, look everybody, it's Chinese. World of fanaticism. Is this a fanatic? Is that the idea? Man of fanaticism. Okay, so it's a fanatic. Understandable. Have a great day. Living initial you understand why I go to like all these different sites, because for some reason, like there'll be random times where it's just like, sorry, I don't want to work anymore. Oopsie doopsie. Also, if I'm not responding right now, as I'm in deep focus, Notepad sometimes doesn't like being distracted. Okay. I'm seeing things that I've already seen before. I like where this is going. These are almost all seen before. That's cool. Bear. We want to do Ascending Trail and Ascending Trail. We know those two are down there. Now, Descending Trail is moved with PC of the Living. So then Ascending Trail is moved with PC of the Dead. Then Prisoner Abandonment Flash. Which is a great fucking name. Move, where's the D6 -3? So the fanatic is effectively just the ghost of self-destruction, but on the living side. That's the fanatic's job, it's the same idea, they're just a little bit more aggressive. Okay, we did it, everybody. We got through all the samples. So that means we only have this section left. Like, we have 2 sections left of this entire thing. Okay, I think I know how this is gonna work. I'm like 97% sure I know how this is gonna work. This page explains the rules. I'm just a silly clown. This, and that means we need to be heading 3. Creating boss. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Fatigue is here. It is officially past midnight. Let's keep fucking going. We will finish this tonight. That is the plan. That is the goal. We're going to do this. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. I gotta mark this down correctly. For citation purposes, always cite your sources. I mean, I could probably do this all in one go, but I'm going to break it up just because that's a little bit easier to manage. Because what I can do is something like determination of life and death. I'm going to make a wild guess about what this one's about. Let me guess. So you're going to... Okay, yeah. So this brings me to 2. Yeah, literally it's... This is not the most complicated section I've ever seen in a game. It's like, yeah, just determine some like horrifically simple things, and then congratulations, you've made a character, that you've made a boss. Like, this game is not complicated. It really isn't. I wonder, is there like any rules here? No, there really isn't. There really isn't any rules. It's just kind of like, just kind of decide, because it's ultimately speaking, you can argue this is a puzzle game more than anything. It's a puzzle game with a random element to it. And I find that very fascinating. I don't know if I like it or not, but I can tell you that it's interesting. Termination of action decision table. Bosses and mobs have an action decision chart. You're gonna like it if I put you in here. Boss mob action decision. Let's see what this actually they do when the turn. Boss and mobs have an action decision chart which determine what action they will take on their turn. The table is numbered 1 to 6, and the roll of the die on your turn determines what the action it will take. And to create a boss, select 6 of your favorite binding techniques from the list of the binding techniques. Assign them each of the 6 items the action decision chart. The same binding technique cannot be used in different number. To create a mob, it's the your favorite binding techniques. It's odd because they say if you want to create, you select your favorite shackles in this one. So I'm going to change this to your binding techniques, but favorite shackles from the list of shackles. Assign each of them to the same shackle. Cannot be assigned to different number. So please be sure to select 6 different shackles. Select your favorite shackles. Binding chart. The same shackle technique cannot be selected with a different number. Please be sure to select 5 different shackles. Let's see if no shackle can be assigned to the item 6. Yeah, that's how you Congratulations, everybody. I've taught you how to make a boss. Is the game playable rules-wise? Yes. Yeah, sorta. I guess it is. Like, I guess it is playable as of, like, right this second. Because this game is not complicated. Because all it really boils down to is roll the right number on your on 2d6. That's really all it is. And it's just them kind of explaining it over and over again. Like, to get this thing set up properly, and I do mean properly, what I will have to do is I'm going to have to make the battle board. Because, like, this is the thing with it. Like, I wonder if I can fucking navigate my way to find the goddamn battle board again. Yeah, okay. So you kind of see it like this. Like, this is the battle board. Like, this is like you're going to be moving along it, kind of going up and down, trying to find yourself closer together, or trying to find yourself further apart, trying to keep your die rolls within a certain margin. That's really how this works. I think this is the same thing. Again, it's kind of hard to see because you see it's like PDFs and shit like pops here. Like, this is a sample character. Like, what I'm going to have to do, quite literally, is I need to select this, and I need to pretty much I need to translate this or create a version of it for, like, us, for the English audience. I need to do that on this particular chart. And then, like, once I manage to do that, like, I'm fine. Like, similar to I need to make a character sheet. I need to do a bunch of these little things, which is like, it's not complicated because like there's no stats. There's no, and there's no stats. There's no like character choices really. It's a weird board game thing. Also, hello, Dragon Bolt. But yes, it is playable, but it's playable as long as you have all the right tools in front of you. If you don't have all the right tools in front of you, it's not going to work. Which I believe you're supposed to play this game more online. So what I might do is set up like literally make a board for it on like TTS. Tabletop Simulator, being like, here's all the rules, here's all this. If you want to play Kizinite, Mary fuck you. Here you go. Here's how you can play Kiznito, an authentic Japanese role-playing experience. So, actually, if we go here, this is the list of shackles. This is the final thing we really need to do. So, we go here. After this, we're pretty much done. Like that's kind of game. Let's do. However, it's because the world refuses to let me enjoy life. So yeah, so they're split between. Bosses can acquire certain ones, and minions can acquire other ones, effectively. Like, they make that kind of abundantly clear. Like, yep, only real human beings get one thing. You stupid mongoloids get another. Let's see. List of shackles, so boss data list. The subhumans. Oh, God almighty. Oh, God almighty. Let's do a full raw translation. Yup, you kind of see. Luckily, again, these are ones that we've gone over before already, which is like if you. So what I'm going to do, actually, we're going to select all of these. We're going to remove the space after. And actually, should do this. Okay, how do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? Okay. Table. We're going to make a table. This is going to be janky, but it's going to... I think it might be the best way for us to do this. So here's what we're going to do. This, we're going to do this. Insert table. Insert table. We'll do like a 2x2 table. And it's effectively going to be like this. Like, I'm just going to... The English is going to be on one side. The Japanese is going to be on the other. Because what I can do then is just reference and then go back and forth effectively between the two of them. And just like make sure everything is lining up. Because what I should be able to do with a lot of these is, as long as the name is vaguely correct, I can just copy paste from earlier. Because that's all this is. Just take a certain number of them and just roll with it. That's how it works. I lost track of where I was. Okay, so let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. All of you are in. We don't need to worry about you. 5, 6. You're in. 7, 8. You're in. 2d6. You're good. PC, good. PC. You're good to. Wait, no, you're good to here, so that means we're going to be the next one up. So you're 1, 1, 2, 2 there. So that means reacquire the rhythm. Control. I should be using Control X rather. I should be copy pasting rather than anything else. Okay. There you go, because we're using Courier Prime for everything. I'm shackling. Okay, so this is where things start getting a little bit wonky. So I need to copy all of this into here. Then I need to Control C, Control V over here, and open it on a separate table so I can reference things from earlier and then paste them in. This is a simple experience that is in no way going to confuse anybody involved. Okay, we're going to go all the way up. Okay, sample bosses. Okay, so if we see anything... So we got to go over here to living in PCs, move down 3 squares. Good start. Move PC of the living, shore of the abducted 2. Shore of the abducted soul. Shore of the kidnapped soul. Moves 1d6, move the dead 1d6. So if we go over here, let's do a quick check to make sure. Ah, okay, here we go. Move the PC of the living. Strange luck on this shore. It goes PC of the living. Oh, son of a bitch. I hit X on accident. Fuck. Okay, move the PC living and then Equinox store. Because this is going to say move the dead PC up by that amount. Living 4 squares downward. Okay. Move the PC of the living 4 squares downward. No, that's not it. Abandon life. Move the PC of the living 4 squares downward. So that would be the first one is abandon life, which is then going to move into, I'm going to make a wild deduction here, is the next one's going to be selfish death, because he's doing things in alphabetical order the entire time, because he's a very smart man. Which means we do that. Move PC living 2 squares down. Junkabashu, Jusa. Cursed chain bondage. You understand why this is the way we're doing things. Out of curiosity, dice other than D6 still hard to find in Japan, or do games use common tradition? I'm working on that MMORPG. D10s and D6s are the most common. Pretty by default. Pretty by default. D6s and D10s are the most common. It's usually, both of them do have their own appeals. Sometimes I've even seen it's usually D6s and D10s. So pick your poison in that regard. I don't think anyone's really going to care. I think D6 still kind of reigns supreme in some cases, as like the most like common JTRPG thing, but D10s do have their place. D10s are present. Let's just say that, because of Kalika fucking Thulu. Okay, so good news, everyone. I finished drinking my beer. However, I'm going to now drink my latte. My dollar store canned latte. I mean, I sure do love that moderately room temperature canned latte. That's gonna make me dream of dying tonight. Okay, so cursed chain bondage, which is then going to lead into Jusa Bakaj. Ooh. Move the one 4 squares up. That's grudge chain immortality then. Which then brings us to the road one, the singularity peeling field. So we go all the way up here to, not sure, the kidnap, invitation of the corpse prisoner, stripped road, rough construction. Kujirazo, which is going to then double check it as this is the possessing grounds, which is good because that's the next one in this particular curse of death. Actually, wait a second. It's living then dead. So the dead one is there. The living one is right here. First life jacket, and then to a stagnant place. Change the square above. I know one of these fuckers had it already. What? No, nobody had this one. Okay, interesting. Nobody actually had this one. So oh god, had to sneeze. Okay, cool. Change square above. So I mean we have to go with, none of the bosses had this particular one. Where are you? Where are you? No. Weird, none of them had it. Muddy Stream. Muddy Stream life jacket. Duck you. Dock your sighted. So yeah, to a stagnant place. It should be stagnation. It's a stagnation sphere. I believe that's the proper term. That's the proper term. So the next one is going to be, if I'm going to be a betting man, the next one is the exact same thing for the dead though. So this would be, what do you call this one? Muddy Stream Death Coat. Wow. Some of these are probably going to get maybe better names because yeah, this name fucking sucks. Okay. That's, I know what that one is. That's Ghost Chain Illusion. That's all the mobs. That's the, Dictator has that. Tyrant of Dictatorship has this one. Which is Double Threat. Yeah, this is Double Threat, and then the one after that is Deep Threat. So yeah, there we go. Then we have Grudge Chain Strike. There we go. Grudge Chain, Grudge Chain Strike. Channel. Roll 2d6. Roll 2d6 and place one mob on the square. Must be placed decided by the time of creation of the enemy data. This one's a little bit weird because the big thing here is that they were more specific about them. Invitation of the Corpse Prisoner. So it was, you go here, it would be roll 2d6. Place mob living. Actually, yeah. So it'd be mob. It would be a living mob. I guess you can do it with both. I'm making a broad assumption here because this one is place 2 mobs at the living at square 1. Square 1. Yeah, I play rebellious. The first one is rebellious prisoner because it's living. Which is I place 2 mob living. And then this is going to be the same thing, except it's going to be mob dead. Death prison summons. Mob dead. Okay. There we go. Every single thing has been, all the boss shackles have been listed. So that means we just need to do the mob shackles. All the fucking mob shackles. God, why am I doing this to myself? God, why? Mob data list. Going to do the same thing because that's just the easiest way of doing things because I can just go back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so instead of blowing my mind, I'm going to do I wonder if they're going to let me do this. Nope. Nope, we're doing it by hand, everybody. We're doing it by hand. Sorry, this isn't a fun gamer stream. Super cool. This is literally just me having to hit Control C and Control V repeatedly. Look, there we go. Do all of this. We place everything in here. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay. Let's do it, gamers. As we approach hour 3, like this is literally the final thing that needs to be done. After this, it's Jover. I don't gotta think about it. Let's do Genshin. Uh, 1d6 minus 3. Current bad luck. Mysterious luck. Let's see. Moves the PC of living 2 squares down if he or she is living. Move the PC 2 squares down to wow. Move PC living 2 squares down. I've seen this one. Okay, right here, descending trail. It's going to be descending. It's going to be descending trail, and then immediately followed by ascending trail. Which we go here. Yep, ascending versus prisoner abandonment. This prisoner abandonment 3 squares downward becomes detached. Not oblivious masses, it was the ghost of emptiness, which was there's just an ability with that does the exact same fucking thing twice. I thought we did it. No. I'm thinking of something else. I'm literally. Brain is quickly melting. Send help. Dedication. PC of the living 1 square up, and PC of the dead 1 square down, 1 square up. Here, move square down. Here she's a dead PC. She moves down. Okay. Which then immediately is followed by prisoner abandonment flash. You should detach yourself now. Okay, so that means these 2 are gone. Then it's move. If you were a living person, move 2 square up. Let's see, resentment. Which is then followed immediately by if the boss is a living person. Because this is your like supporting the boss ability. I thought 3 squares up. The boss is a living person moving 1 square up. Dead person moving 1 square down. I don't believe we did this one. So, I mean, if we gotta do it by hand, we're gonna do it by hand. Chain resentment. We have chain resentment, though. Okay, we just didn't do the number. Okay, no, here we go. This is it. And that means the next one is prisoner turning spell. living boss is a living person moving curse of captivity. Put him in the deceased. Put itself in the deceased state. Then is immediately followed by peeling field. Where's the peeling? Peeled road. Roll 2d6 and place square. The peeled road. And let me guess what the next one is. Stripping place. Stripping. Singularity. What's your name? Tell me your name. Peeling. Wow. Thanks, game. Oh. Rehajan. Okay, what's this state then? When in doubt, use what we know. Rehajan. Ah, there we go. You instead put it yourself on the peeling field. Prisoner of war. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. I am a genius. I am the greatest. Ah, oh, fuck me. Okay, no. Prisoner of war, Ryujin. Okay, I am right. So we go immediately back to here. It's only been mentioned here, though. That means we've never done this one before. So I go here. It's been mentioned before. Up here as 3. So this is the proper prisoner camp. So this is prison camp Jirojin. We've never done this one before. It's only been down here. Okay. Alright, we can work with this. So we need to shoot you back up here so you don't interfere. So that means we have to go here. What's Utah? Prison world. Prisoner's world.
Hey. Wake up. It's time to wake up.
Shut up, Fauna. I'm so close to being done. So it's just the same thing, except you don't set yourself to the peeling state. What? Boss is a living person. No. I've already done that one. No, I do this. Player rolls 3 times peeling field, then puts you in the player rolls 2d6 3 times and puts turn each square that same number as the roll comes up into the singularity peeling field. After that, it puts you in the detached state. And then that's prison camp. Then we immediately go into this one, which we hit Control F and we hit that, and then we already done that one before, which is 4, which is Cloudy Stream, which we use the Stagnation Sphere, which we've already done, which means we've already done this one before, which means this is the Threatening Illusion. Which means you roll twice. Have we done this one before? No, we have. We have, and it's number 1, Karma and Misfortune. The first one is the last one. Karma and Misfortune. Ha! Something very dramatic. There's something very dramatic and very ironic about that statement. That's it. That's, I believe, it. Okay, so that's the GM section. Is there anything else that needs... Did I do it? I think I did it. Extra part. This is the what are you? No, that's world part. So if I select all of you, hit Control C. Rule part is done. World part is done. Game master part is done. Scenario part. So that would be this one. Scenario part, not really. Like, what do you actually... So you find the official Kiznites of scenarios you can play right away. I'm not gonna probably do the scenarios. I don't feel like that's really... I am honest to God, probably not the most needed things in the world. This is the download section. This is the extra part. Reference works. Not Chinese. Please turn it to Japanese. Self-styled alt art filtration. Officially, DUWANG is the only certain use that can be officially certified characters. The creation dispute and creation rights official events whereby person creation site players have been granted the right to create. And name it, set at the resonance distance, or propose its effects. The official will this page and name the character authorized to use it will be listed. Use anyone else authorized character is not permitted. What the fuck are you on about? Create your own thread tying techniques. Create your own, okay. For a fee on this page, creation can be... You can create your own... What? Is L5R dice system secretly based, or is it cringe? Which version? If it's the newer version, kind of cringe, but it uses its own special dice. The older versions was roll and keep, and it worked pretty well. Also, what the fuck are you on about? Like, what? What the fuck? Is this what I think it is? Is this like a license to, like... What the fuck? Oh, that's hilarious. They're charging people to have the official right to make a tying technique. Oh man, that's hysterical, you fucking idiots. Ah, you greedy little fuckers. You greedy little goblins. Effectively what this is, like, what this entire page is actually stating is to have the... You can create your own, you know, pretty much tying technique, pretty much like your own power on this page for a fee. The fee for creating your own is 500 yen. Let's do 500 yen to USD. Pretty much about $4. Oh Jesus, look at the drop. It's about $4 for them to like custom make your own like super cool tying technique. I've never seen this before. I have never seen this before. This isn't a copyright thing either. No. This is you can pay us $4 for the super cool right to have us like double check your homebrew. It's like, what? You can also expand your right to use an already created for 200 yen. This right can expand it up to 2 additional characters at a time. What in the absolute fuck are you on about? Are you high? Are they stupid or like, I don't get what they're talking about here. I genuinely don't. Like like very genuinely. Like I am genuinely like confused about what they're proposing. I'm just going to ignore everything they said here. We're just going to casual. It can't, if we cannot see it, it cannot hurt us. The fuck? Store part, introduction of paid content, nothing is here. This is the contact us page, and this is the privacy policy. I should double check the privacy policy. Can I release this? Let's see. Personal collection of information, change of purpose of use. This is just their this is just a personal information thing. This isn't really anything important. This is the we are collecting cookies on you, and we are legally obligated to tell you we're looking up yeah, description based on the special, Specified Commercial Transactions Act. And technically this is like who the guy is, because this is a thing in Japan you actually have to fill out. Of like, if you are selling something, you actually have to fill this out. You can find this page on any Japanese website. Fun fact, you can always find this page because this is a required thing. To say, hey, we have the legal right to do this effectively. Terms of use. Okay, let's do terms of use. Did I flagrantly violate copyright law? Let's see, everybody. Did Notepad break the law live on air? Let's see. Shall be governed in Set forth application, terms of application, registration for use. Live on the prospective restraint, terms of service, provides false information, management of user ID and password, fees and payment methods, prohibited matters. Violate law of ordinances, active interfere functioning of the server, network of the site, operation of the site services, mostly looks like services. Use of cancellation of registration. Withdrawal from membership. Disclaimer of warranty. Disclaimer. Changes service contents. Looks like this is mostly for... This doesn't really seem like it's for us. I think this is more for... Yeah, user content. This is the user content tab. It doesn't appear like there's anything on the user content tab. I gotta log in. Okay, you know what? Give me a second. I'm gonna log in real fast using my Twitter account. There we go. I've officially logged into the Kizinite website with my fucking Twitter account. So this is a scenario, I assume. Informal scenario. So this is just a full scenario some guy just made, and I'm assuming this is similar to that. This is connecting time. So yeah, this is just another scenario. What's this? Session recruitment information. No category. Yep, okay. Get it added to the DMs account as official content. Yeah, I have a feeling there may be some translation stuff in that regard. It may be saying like you can't just like you can't publish, like, how do I want to word this? You can't just publish stuff with using your own, like just writing down your stuff for it, or like using like you have to have things kind of like somewhat approved if you want to write like a scenario or something for it. Like, I think that's what it's saying, like, so people don't be like, oh, here's the RPG Kizinite, and here's the one where I like summon the spirit of Shinzo Abe to fucking kill the degenerates or whatever. I think that's what they're trying to avoid. Smart move, Charlie Brown, and that, if that's the case, or it's just really stupid. But yeah, that is, for lack of a better word, really, the end of RPG Kizinite, of Human Resonance RPG Kizinite. Yeah, that everything has been, well, I don't say, here's the thing, I'm not going to say everything, I'm going to say very affectionately, enough has been translated to make the game somewhat playable. And because it's somewhat playable, what I need to do now is I need to compile all of the translated documentation into its own document in a better laid out fashion, correct some of the spelling errors, kind of clean up some of the issues, instead of making it knotting techniques, making it binding techniques and shit like that, which is just because it is a translation software made a goof, because it is a translation. There's some issues, and it's literally going to have the mark of, this is what occurred, this is what this is, understand that when going into it, but it is done. This entire project has, this is officially 180 pages. This is probably one of the most extensive projects I've done in a while. And it's completely fucking autistic. Like, I'm gonna hit the magic button. Oh, it's chugging. It's chugging. Come on, baby. Oh, wow. We added 2 extra pages based entirely off of just adding shit. Oh. Oh, yeah, that's the good shit right there. That's the good shit. But yeah, I'm gonna call it there. Let me actually let me change this. Thank you all for watching. My name is Notepad Anon. I write games for fun, but today we decided to finish up the DUWANG tier translation of RPG Human Resonance RPG Kizinite. I will leave it up to the people to decide what's the best name for it. But yes, it is by all according rights to the world, it is done. I may stream me just literally just going back over. It might be a far more chill stream, a little bit more relaxed, more like this, the little bit of a conversation back and forth. Because what I need to do is, again, like I need to put this into the proper thing. It's removing the deep L, making things a little bit prettier, adding some images to kind of like break up the text a little bit. Just generally making that. And I also need to make like the maps correctly. I need to make this correctly. Like I need to fix these up quite a bit, like just explaining the rules. And I need to fix up like entire sections of like this just to do that, just to fix things more than anything. But yeah, it's pretty much, it's done. I'm estimating that like once transferred over to like a full document, like full nicer document, I'm estimating it'll probably be about 70 pages maybe. And that's going to be mostly just because of tables and shit like that. But yeah, it's going to be about 70 pages. Which is pretty good. We did it, everybody. Thank you. Goodbye. Good night. It's 1 o'clock in the morning for me, so I'm gonna maybe go to sleep. Who knows? I am away.